So let's finish off with our settings screen. Pretty much everything that you expect is in here. So controls section, third person, we have both a first person and a third person camera, and I think the third person has got 3 different types of views that you can use. Bit important here is the thruster activation mode. So because of the flight of an aerial, I always prefer when I play as an aerial to use the toggle in air, because I don't want to hold down the thruster button whilst I'm up there, because you can fly, for quite a long time, and especially holding the thruster and look around can, you have to put your hand into a kind of hook um, type thing there, which isn't very comfortable. So I would always say, if you're going to use an aerial, switch to either toggle in the air or hold to toggle. Hold to toggle is the same. It just means that you hold the button down for an extra second longer before it actually triggers. The other two, Vex and Bulwarks, I basically go to hold activated. They have relatively short flight spans, so it's fine to just hold the button down. So that's the only really big important one for me there. Camera shoulder vibrations. This is a pretty standard, as I said, sensitivities. And the only other thing to mention here is we've done quite a bit of work on getting gamepad working in the game. It's not fully there. There's still a little bit of work to do. But things like sensitivity, etc., are here. And if you have stick drift, this is where you need to come to. Right stick minimum and right stick maximum. Usually it's the minimum one. So if you get stick drift, just come here, mess about with this particular setting here, and you can remove pretty much any stick drift. I think you can even probably use that if you have a broken gamepad. It'll be interesting to have a look and try and see if that does work. But yeah, that's what I would say there. Audio wise, everything that you're expecting, very, very, very simple. There, nothing really much to talk about there. And the same with video, just a bunch of options that you'd expect. Display mode, windowed or not, screen resolution, FPS, camera shake, etc., and just visual finesse. So this is where you would come if the game starts running slowly. If you get low FPS, come here and start turning these down. And the opposite's true. If the game suddenly doesn't look great to you, then maybe come here because you may have lowered some of the settings. But I think the default is everything on max. So just be aware of that. Because the default is on max, if you don't have such a powerful PC to play it on, you might get a slower FPS. We've tested the game even on a potato PC. We're getting around about 50 FPS. Of course, because we're on PC, as you all know, things like drivers and video cards, obscure video cards, anything like that, they can get in the way and they can cause problems. If that happens to you, please just jump into our Discord channel, join our Discord channel, tell us there's a problem, and one of us will jump in and ask you what your hardware configurations and software configurations are, and we can take a look at that as well. But apart from that, this is where you would come to lower your settings or raise them as you want to. One last thing here to just go over is the control scheme. This is just the layout of all the buttons in the game, etc. I would say just take a couple of minutes to just have a look, because there's some buttons here that people sort of don't realize. How to open the mech pad in the game, I'll go over that in another session, in another tutorial. But things like zoom in and out, people don't realize that we have a zoom button in the game, and it's just simply the scroll wheel when using this. There's also an alternate version. If you're using the controller, it will show you the controller version of this screen as well. So yeah, take a couple of minutes just to familiarize yourself with our loadout there.